One of the things that I want to turn you on to is in your reference guide, section 3 is a wonderful resource for you to begin to understand food terminology. It is our food terminology guide. And in the food terminology guide, you will see a graph on the second page. And that graph gives you a really quick snapshot of, first and foremost, what does organic mean anyways? What's the true definition? And secondly, it gives you a really quick snapshot on what things an organic crop cannot be exposed to in the growth process. So you'll be able to see the conventional growth process and pretty much standard practice. And then you'll be able to see, can you all see this? Are you all looking at it right now? You see those check boxes? This is an important section where you can see the various different proteins, and you can see the different growth practices, the animal byproducts in their feed. How many people knew that there are dead animal byproducts in the vast majority of commercial protein operations, such as beef, chicken, those types of things? So what they do is they take diseased and dead animals, it's called a rendering service. They take them, they break down their body, and they put it right back into the food supply, into cows, into grass-fed animals, right along with their corn and their soybeans, to get them to grow faster because there's amino acids there. Many of you probably didn't know that a non-organic meat product has animal byproducts in it, in what may be a vegetarian-fed animal. How many people here think cows were meant to eat cows? No. They don't have teeth capable of doing that. Protein growth hormones. These are proteins that have been entered into the food supply of these animals to get them to grow faster. Steroid growth hormones. Getting an animal to grow 2 to 3 times faster than it normally would. How many people think that would affect the health of the animal? It's one of the reasons why a lot of antibiotics have had to be entered into our food supply. Because these animals are not able to develop an immune system fast enough. Their body is growing so fast, they're outgrowing their innate immunity. So we put antibiotics straight into the feed they're eating every day. We don't even bother giving it to them in a shot form when they get sick. We just put it right in there. It's one of the things that chicken operations are notorious for. They actually put arsenic in the chicken's feed because arsenic is a little bit more potent in the gut than just the straight antibiotic that they feed to them all day. Did anyone here know that there's arsenic in chicken feed? Do you know now why we're having a conversation about food sourcing before we go into the meal plan? Because you would have gone and gotten chicken, the regular chicken. You still might, but at least now you know what you're getting, which you at least deserve to know. You deserve an opportunity as an educated consumer to make your own choices. But you need the information. Okay? Arsenic-based drugs we've got in here. Sewage sludge. Sewage waste can be spread on conventional vegetable and fruit operations. Organic cannot use sewage sludge. Antibiotics. Again, one of the big problems. Has anyone seen how many food outbreaks have happened recently? Foodborne illness outbreaks have happened in the past couple months? There's been millions of pounds of conventional meat recalled by the big conventional meat growers because bacteria is running wild. Do you want to know why? because they're overusing antibiotics because these animals are so sick that they can't get to slaughter weight unless they get them there with antibiotics. And they're using so many antibiotics, hey, nature's smart, that these bacteria, guess what they're doing? They're learning and surviving just the way that they were created to do. When their environment changes, they learn to adapt. So now we have huge amounts of bacteria resistance, and it's ending up in your refrigerator. Do you want to know how many of those food recalls were from organic operations? 0. I've never thrown away the meat that I get from my farmer. When I see this big thing on USA Today, 240,000 pounds of meat recalled. Could be in your area. Guess what I do? Next. I don't have to worry about it. I know exactly where my turkey came from. I can go talk to the farmer if I want to. Same thing with my beef. It's good to know. It's very comforting. One really wonderful research article that just came out, because there's limited information on this, because there's not a lot of money behind finding out that this is a better way of doing it. So who's going to fund it? A wonderful article came out about conventional farms that are moving to organic and the immense change, immediate change in bacteria count. That when these foods, when these growers moved to organic process and stopped using antibiotics, the bacteria count in their farms immediately went down. And when I say went down, I'm talking 80% type numbers. When you take away the very thing that was supposed to keep the numbers down and it goes up, do you think our system perhaps might be looking at the wrong things? Think we might be doing some things a little bit wrong? I'm just looking at the outcomes, people. Just look at the outcomes. They speak for themselves. And then pesticides and GMOs. Read section 3 in your food terminology guide. There's a lot of things that you guys do not know that this terminology guide, just a few pages here, will completely change your life. It'll completely change your ability to make better decisions on food, bar none. So go after your food terminology guide.